What's going on, Smash Heads? Oh boy! My name is Brainsmasher, and that was my cat cooking.
Beer, beer, bottle of beer, right over here, bottle of beer, ice cold bottle of beer, 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 what do you hear, what do you hear, give 'em a cheer, right over here, beer, 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 bottle of beer, give 'em a cheer, bottle of beer, bottle of cheer, beer, cheer, what do you mean, wait till next year, you need a bottle of beer,
I feel like talking to you about some records. That's what we're gonna do today. Just stuff that's good that you need in your life. So I appreciate your patience in putting up with whatever the fuck I want to do, because that's what I'm bringing to the table. This unholy, blasphemous, chilling noise over our shoulder is none other than Lunar Aurora's Monde. Came out in the year 2005. Not a whole lot to look at there. Look at them words, boys. On Cold Dimensions, which I think was kind of the darling label of Lunar Aurora. I've been, well, first of all, the weather around here has been fucking unholy cold. And that means black metal of the chilly variety. Yeah, I don't know why I'm showing you this. Not a whole lot to savor there. But you know, the moon. It's really cold on the moon. There's no sweaters, no nachos, no trees. It's fucking cold, man. Ain't no joke. So yeah, if you like what you hear, go out and buy it. I dare you. Unholy nonsense. So this isn't a collection update. This isn't random grabs. This is just some stuff I just kind of been wanting to work into a video. A couple of new things here and there. So you know, I just kind of want to do this kind of structureless pile of reviews, review pile kind of thing, whatever you want to call it. Just as long as we're staying in touch, you know, you and me, we're buddies, we're getting along. I don't know, in this new era of this new house, okay, things are going good, painting walls, moving stuff in. It's going to be a long process, so don't ask me about it. But just kind of have this like renewed sense of tranquility and organization in my life. So what I do is like a lot of times what I do is on Sunday night I'll grab my CD wallet and I'll take everything out, put it back in the jewel case, and then load it up with the next week or two or whatever of stuff I'm going to be listening to. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll get a new CD in that day and I'll just be like, fuck the wallet, whatever I chose for that day. I want to listen to what I bought, you know, and then I get two things the next day and I listen to that. And so I totally just like go off course from like the playlist or what I want to listen to that week. So in this like re-familiarizing myself with my collection, I've been buying a lot less stuff, and it's been nice. Reacquainting myself with some albums that I want to be reacquainted with and more familiar with. And so this album is something that I picked and I put in, and actually I put it in and then I had to go to work, and then I came back out when I was done with my shift, and it started playing, and I loved it, but I could not for the life of me remember what the fuck I was listening to. This is an album I've had in my collection for 15 years. It's got somewhat of an intangibility about it. It's so hard to put your finger on the style, the alchemy that went into what this album is something I don't think I can properly unwind for you, but it is a magical, amazing fucking album. I don't know, every time I put this on, man, I'm just blown away. The band is called OBSCENITY. In fact, I believe one of the members of this band watches this channel, if I'm not mistaken. They have a new band called Second Insanity, but this is their debut from 1997, Where the Light Touches None. I cannot recommend you this enough. Holy crap. It's never been released on vinyl. In fact, it's never been reissued whatsoever. 1997, Voices of Wonder and Head Not Found put this out. May have been a Russian kind of reissue deal. I don't know what the story was there, but holy shit, is this so good. So they wound up becoming more and more of a Viking-ish sort of black metal band. But this one, I don't feel like it falls into that template as well as their other stuff did. I wound up seeing them live in '99, and it was pretty good, but at that point I wasn't familiar with this album whatsoever, and I still don't feel like I'm familiar enough with this album. It's a lot to digest. It's a complex and just brilliantly crafted record, pulling in influences from Greece, and I also hear a lot of Master's Hammer in this kind of stuff. So, but making that even weirder is that these guys were from Norway. So a Norwegian band sounding very Czech, very Greek. Also, I can't really place my finger on it, but pretty American as well. A hint of a little bit of a Norway in there too. Just an interesting alchemy going on here, but the riffs are amazing, one after another. They just come up with these amazing fucking riffs. It is unrelentingly so good. I can't recommend picking this up enough. Damn, I'm so impressed with it. If you're familiar with this, let me know. Am I just in some kind of mood where this is blowing me away or something? I think this record is phenomenal. That is one of those albums that is the reason I do this YouTube channel and my Instagram account, because there's no one else out there telling you about obscure, amazing records from 1997. That is the wheelhouse that I am bringing to the table. Check that out. God, I cannot urge you enough. Number one. Next, so I got talking about next. I talked about this a couple of videos ago, but dude, this rules. The band is called Direne, and this is their debut EP, Black Harmony. It was originally released in '99 on Woodcut Records, and I think that edition is really hard to come by. This was reissued in 2017 on wax as well as CD here by Woodcut once again. So I don't imagine they changed really anything about the artwork on here, but this is so slick and just blasphemous and dark. Direne were a band from Finland, and they just have that total sound of like a woodcut band, like an Enochian Crescent or like Black Dawn kind of. Just unrelenting, sinister, dark, black as fuck black metal with like nice, slick production. In fact, I kind of want to look and see if this was recorded in Tico Tico. Yep, Tico Tico. So the drums sound fucking huge and awesome. So good. You could describe these guys as a leather pants, black metal kind of band. You know, their corpse paint is on point. Great riffs, great, amazing bass playing on this stuff. Just the sinister harmony guitar work going on this stuff is just super effective and well done. Come on. Yeah. So like I'd have a hard time really pinning down some similarities for you, but if you're a fan at all of any really well done black metal, you've got to hear this thing. It's a 35-minute long EP, so it would be kind of short for an album, but I think a little long for an EP. So it's worth picking up. Don't discount this just because it's an EP. It may also have been their demo, I think, but it sounds great. It's not like nasty sounding whatsoever by any means. Their other releases are kind of also hard to pick up. So I'm thankful at least that this one was reissued. It's the only thing I have by Direne. I would love to pick up some other stuff from them. Just wanted to take a quick check at their second album Oh, I'm sorry, that came out in 97. 99 is when Symphonies of Infernality came out. And I need to pick up a copy of that. It's super well reviewed. It came out on Woodcut, but I don't believe there's been any reissues, yeah, since 2002, so yeah. But Direne fucking slays, man. Speaking of slays, one of my longest running YouTube subscribers here, Andy, of Andy and Satan's Trivia Movie Challenge, sent me a beast. A fucking blasphemous beast in the shape of a circle that comes in a square box. Luciferion. That's right. That's fucking right. Demonication. 1994, Sweden. And it is absolutely criminal that this has not been reissued several times. It is worthy of all the fucking love that you've got in your pants, my man. You need to check this fucking thing out. Let's get this thing some attention and love that it deserves and get it reissued properly. Thank you, Andy. I am blown away. This fucking rules. So the thing about it was, this is like, I don't know how he came across this. This is like a promo version of this album, and it was originally released in this plastic sleeve, paper sleeve, and the disc's purple. I love purple CDs, by the way. But he also somehow managed to come up with the artwork for the real deal. So like, I don't care. I think this is better than having the real deal. I have extra artwork on this thing and a purple disc. I'm not lying. I love purple CDs. But you want to talk about fucking mixing so well. Deicide, Morbid Angel, a little bit of Vader going on there. This shit is so fun. It's so just mid-90s. Came out in 94, by the way. And this guitar player, a Wojciech something or other, went on a couple years later in 1999 to release the greatest power metal record that was ever released. Lost Horizons, Awakening the World. Holy shit. That album rules. Dude hasn't really played in many other bands over the years, so it's super weird that this anomaly of an album is so underappreciated. They did another album in, was it 2003, I believe, called The Apostate, which was cool as well, but nowhere near as just fucking perfect as Demonication was. It does include a Sodom cover, Blasphemer, at track 9. And then the last track is Voyager. Like, what is it with weird placement of covers on albums? I don't get it. But Necrolord artwork, check this thing out, man. It fucking murders. It dumps. It slaps. It bucks. Yes, this album, yes, this video is totally for kids, YouTube. Next, I've been trying to figure out a way to work this album into a video for a really long time. I kind of have this thing in the back of my head where I can remember pretty much every album I've talked about over the course of like 400 videos somehow. It annoys me that I double dip, but it may have been 4 years ago that I talked about this album last, so it bears repeating. It's an amazing, fantastic album. I don't think anybody fucking knows how good this thing is. Theory and Practice, Third Eye Function. Here we are with the purple again. Dude, so these guys are from Sweden. They put out a couple of other albums that, I don't know. I think I've gotten rid of them subsequently. Another one, the one that came after this one, Armageddon Theories, was recorded in the Abyss Studios. Don't like it. Peter Techren ruined it. But this one was recorded in Sunlight Studios, who I love. It's got that dirty, death metal-y kind of sound, but it is very unique for something recorded in Sunlight Studios. It does have that grave, dismember, entomb kind of sound to it, but it's very, very technical and wanky in a lot of ways. You could, like, someone who didn't like this, I could see saying that it sounds maybe too much like Meshuggah, because it has these weird time signature kind of chugga chugga kind of parts in the beginning of the album. I think they're super tasteful and well done. And I do like the way that they are able to play super technical music, but it's palatable, listenable, and memorable and catchy. This is one of those albums I've listened to so many times, I've just got it glued to the back of my brain. It kind of, if I'm not actually hearing everything that's going on, I still kind of like fill in the gaps with my memory. Super good record. The tones are just amazing, and Peter Lake is just an absolute riff genius. I think this is one of those heads who know kind of riff Bible albums that no one seems to talk about. Came out on Pulverized Records in '97, the year all the good albums came out. And yeah, it's challenging because it's so just utterly, unbelievably technical, but not in a boring way, not in a wanky sort of way, just absolutely unrelenting in its intricacies. All the players in this band are doing a hell of an awesome job. Yeah, this is one of my back pocket kind of early, probably one of the first maybe 100 albums I ever owned. I don't know how I wound up finding out about it. I may have like ordered it out of the back of a Redstream catalog or something. That sounds like something I would have done back then. This is another one that I'm listened to for the first time tonight, actually. It was the Radical Research podcast talking about this that got me interested, and I just, bam, ordered it. Separation with The Cube. So this is a weird, oddball French death metal band. This came out in '93 originally, and Dark Symphonies / The Crypt reissued this in 2018 with a bonus disc of a live version of the album. I would ordinarily say you can forget about this live record with a lot of these kind of releases. The Crypt does a great job of curating and collecting a lot of unknown extras and throwing them on as a bonus. And a lot of times I would just say like, whatever, I just kind of wanted the album because I can't afford the original copy of it, whatever. But the album is fascinating. Very technical, Voivodian kind of, very Voivody, atheist-y kind of stuff. But the live album it sounds amazing. This isn't like a gory, nasty kind of band. This is a slickly produced, very, very avant-garde, experimental kind of band. And so the studio recording sounds honestly a little dated, kind of boring, but the live recording from 2013, mind you, sounds amazing. And there's a lot more, I guess, distance and breath and breathing room between all of the instruments. So, and I think that lends to the palatability of the technical music that they're writing. And it is super, super weird. It's definitely the Radical Research kind of thing that they're super into. Just very original and different kind of stuff. One can't really speak of this band without talking about how influenced they are by Voivod. It definitely sounds like a tribute, a kind of a, I don't know, what would you call that? Just a nod to Voivod without, trying to obscure it too much by originality or anything. It's like taking their ideas from maybe kind of like the Phobos and somewhere between like Killing Technology and Phobos, and maybe Negatron in there, taking that era and just kind of making it a little bit more dark and intense, but not all the time. Again, like I only listened to it about once. Really enjoyed it. Listened to the live album. It's the same songs, so it's a little redundant, but it is quite remarkable to hear the band, to hear the album from '93, and then to hear a live recording of that album from 2013, 20 years later, super well played and recorded. Like, I can't believe how good that soundboard recording sounds on that. Next time I revisit this, I might actually listen to the live album in preference to the album itself. Not to slag on the record whatsoever, but I was super impressed with how good that live recording sounded. So that's just a random pile of good stuff that I hope you find copies of somehow and enjoy. So until next time, I appreciate you enjoying what I do. Take care.